Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm bringing you the next episode of the story about Hoai and Tusan. Tusan's life continues to pass by gently day after day, beginning with things that seem simple on the surface, yet carry deep meanings that not everyone can easily recognize. Every morning, before the sunlight has a chance to slip through the window, she wakes up very early. Not just out of habit, but because there is always a quiet sense of responsibility within her. A responsibility of a mother who wants to give her child the very best. She starts her day by preparing meals, each dish made with care and attention, as if she is placing all her love into it. While her child is still sleepy, Tusan gently wakes them up, her voice soft and her eyes full of affection. Small gestures like fixing her child's hair, smoothing their clothes, or bending down to tie their shoelaces all reflect a silent yet deeply meaningful care. At times, when her child runs around carefree, even the slightest stumble is enough to make Tusan worry. Her eyes always follow every small step, not to control but to protect, to make sure her child is always safe within her loving embrace. And when she sits there peeling sweet potatoes for her child, watching them enjoy the food happily, she simply smiles quietly. For her, those simple moments are the most complete form of happiness. To Tusan, happiness is not something distant or grand. It is simply watching her child grow day by day, healthy, well-behaved, and at peace. It is a kind of happiness that is genuine, quiet, and unpretentious, yet enough to warm an entire journey ahead. However, life does not stop at those peaceful moments. Behind the simplicity of everyday life, new movements are gradually emerging, opening up new directions for both Tusan and Hoai. In their work, Tusan and Hoai begin stepping into a new phase, a journey that carries not only hope but also responsibility and aspiration. Together, they meet partners and introduce clean agricultural products carefully grown and nurtured by local farmers. Each meeting is not just about business, but also an opportunity to tell the story behind each product. A story of diligence, of sweat, and of faith that good things will come to those who keep striving. Guavas and other simple products carry great value within them. They are not only the results of hard work but also symbols of a dream. A dream of bringing local agricultural products to more places, so that what is natural and genuine can be appreciated for its true worth. Hoai understands this better than anyone. For Hoai, work is not just business. It is a journey with greater meaning. A way for him to contribute to improving the lives of those around him. He always hopes to help local people have more opportunities to grow, to live better through what they produce. That belief becomes his motivation to keep moving forward, constantly searching for new directions. Throughout this journey, Tusan is always by his side. She is not only a companion in work, but also a strong source of emotional support. Whenever Hoai feels pressure or when things do not go as planned, Tusan is the one who listens, shares, and helps him maintain his calm. Her presence is not loud, yet it brings a special sense of reassurance. Amid meetings, plans, and unfinished goals, they gradually understand each other more and grow closer. Their bond is not built on grand gestures, but on the small moments they share, overcoming difficulties together and looking in the same direction. The relationship between Tusan and Hoai continues to grow over time, without the need for display or too many words. It is a strong connection built on understanding, trust, and always being there for each other in every situation. And that becomes the foundation for them to move forward together on the journey ahead, where changes are quietly unfolding, waiting to be revealed in the chapters to come. However, life has never been only about peaceful days gently passing by like that. After those simple and warm moments, an unexpected upheaval quietly appeared. Silent, yet powerful enough to shake everything Tusan had been trying so hard to preserve. One day, when everything seemed to be going on as usual, Tusan received a medical result she had never imagined she would have to face. It was just a thin sheet of paper, with only a few short lines, yet it carried a weight that made her heart tighten. Each word appeared before her eyes, clear, cold, and sharp, like invisible cuts slicing deeply into her emotions. She froze, not because she didn't understand, but because she understood too well. She understood that the possibility of her being able to have another child was extremely low. Something that once felt distant had now become a reality she was forced to accept. In that moment, all the thoughts in her mind became tangled. There were no longer future plans or dreams taking shape, only a quiet fear creeping in, growing stronger with each passing second. She began to think about Hai. She thought about what he deserved. A complete family filled with laughter, with all the things a normal family should have. And that very thought made her even more anxious. She was afraid that she might not be able to give him that. Afraid that one day, when reality became undeniable, he would have to make choices she herself didn't dare to imagine. That fear was not loud, nor did it show on the outside, but it weighed heavily on her mind day after day. Tusan chose silence, not because she didn't want to share, but because she didn't yet have the courage to speak. Between love and the fear of losing that love, she found herself trapped within her own thoughts. Each day she maintained a normal appearance. She worked, cared for her child, stood by Hai as if nothing had happened. But deep inside, a silent struggle continued without rest. There were moments when she looked at Hai wanting to tell him everything, but she stopped herself. She was afraid his eyes might change, afraid an invisible distance would grow between them, afraid that just one confession could alter everything forever. Those fears held her back again and again. But in the end, Tusan realized love cannot exist without honesty. She could not continue hiding something so important. She could not let Hai live in uncertainty while she carried so much worry alone. And more than anything, she did not want their love to be overshadowed by things left unsaid. She chose to face it. Standing in front of Hai, Tusan could clearly feel herself trembling. Her hands were no longer steady, her gaze uncertain. The words she wanted to say seemed stuck in her throat, and it took her a long time before she could finally begin. The space between them fell silent. She slowly told him everything. Every sentence, every word, drawn from the fears she had kept hidden for so long. She spoke about the medical result, about the difficulty of having another child, and about the worries she had never dared to express. Each word carried sincerity, but also a heavy weight. When she finished speaking, Tusan barely had the courage to look at Hai. She was afraid of his reaction, afraid of silence, afraid of what she could not control. In that moment, time seemed to slow down, everything around them fading away, leaving only the emotions of two people standing at a major turning point in their lives. But then, what Tusan received was not distance, nor doubt-filled questions. It was an embrace tight enough to soothe all the anxiety she had been carrying. Hai did not rush to speak. He simply held her hand gently, as if to pass on a sense of reassurance without needing many words. His eyes had not changed. They were still gentle, still firm, just as before. He did not blame her. He did not turn away. He did not let her fears become reality. Instead, he chose to stay. He told her that no matter what happens, he would always be by her side. That love is not measured by whether they can have children, but by their ability to walk through life's challenges together. Those were not empty promises, but words spoken from the heart. Hai believed in the future, a future they could build together in their own way. He believed in the progress of science, believing there were still many paths ahead. But more than anything, he believed in the love they shared. A love strong enough to overcome unexpected hardships. In that moment, all of Tusan's emotions seemed to overflow. The worries, the fears, the pressure she had silently endured for so long were suddenly released in a brief instant. She realized that what she had was not just love. It was someone willing to hold her hand and never let go, no matter what lay ahead. And from that moment on, Tusan understood that their journey would no longer be only about peaceful, simple days. but a journey of companionship, where they would face everything together, move forward together, and hold on to what mattered most in life. But while their story is gradually stepping into a new chapter, where emotions are understood and trust is strengthened, somewhere else, fragments of the past that once seemed long buried are beginning to stir. The past, something no one can touch or change, is quietly returning, carrying with it things that were never spoken, stories that never received an answer. In another corner of life, a middle-aged man continues to live each day in quiet restlessness. He does not appear loudly, nor does he draw attention to himself. Everything he does is silent, as if he himself does not want to disturb anything. But deep inside him is an urge that cannot be extinguished, an urge to find what he lost a long time ago. That man is Hai's biological father. Many years ago, he lost a part of his life. A woman named Thoa, the one who left him while carrying their child. That separation was not only a physical distance, but also a deep cut in his memory, leaving behind a lingering regret that followed him through the years. Since then, he has never stopped thinking about them. Time may have passed, and everything around him may have changed, but in his heart, the image of Thoa and the child he had never met has always remained. It is not just longing but also regret, questions without answers. He does not know how they lived, what the child has become, or whether he still has a chance to make up for what was lost. And so, he began searching. Not loudly, not hastily, but step by step, patiently tracing the faint traces left behind by the past. He searched for Thoa, the woman who carried a part of his life away. And he searched for the son he had never had the chance to see, to hear call him father. Bit by bit, information began to surface. Not much, but enough to form a clearer picture. A child born in 1990. A woman who chose to stay, to endure everything alone in order to give birth and raise her child. Those scattered details, when put together, were no longer meaningless fragments. They slowly connected into a truth taking shape before his eyes. A truth that Hai still does not know. The man stands between two sides of his life, past and present. On one side are memories filled with regret, things left undone. On the other is a reality he has never stepped into, a grown son he has never been able to stand beside. Within him, two emotions always exist at once. One is the desire to reunite with his son, to tell the truth, to make up for the lost years. It is a sincere desire, born from regret and from a love he never had the chance to express. But alongside it is fear. The fear of being rejected. The fear that when the truth is revealed, he will not be accepted, but instead be met with even greater distance. The fear that what he brings will not be joy, but a disruption no one wishes for. That fear has held him back, leaving him so close, yet unable to take the final step forward. And so, he remains at a distance, quietly watching, observing Hai's life from afar, close enough to feel, yet distant enough not to interfere. Each time he sees Hai, a complex feeling rises within him. Pride, sorrow, the desire to step closer, yet lacking the courage to face it. As for Hai, he continues living his life fully. He continues loving Tusan, striving in his work, building each day toward what he believes is right. Everything in his life unfolds according to his own understanding and choices. He has no idea that somewhere someone is watching him. He does not know that an important part of his life, a truth hidden for so many years, is slowly drawing closer to the present. And when those fragments finally come together, when the past no longer lies still but truly steps into the present, perhaps nothing will remain the same as before. Their story, after everything, is not just about a simple love between two people. It is a long journey where every step is tied to memories, to choices made long ago, and to the consequences they are now forced to face. The love between Tusan and Hai is not a smooth path. It is built from the simplest things, from quiet care, from the times they overcame difficulties together, and from those vulnerable moments when they chose not to let go of each other. Yet at the same time, that love now stands before challenges no one could have foreseen. The past, once thought to be at rest, is slowly awakening. Secrets that have been buried over the years are gradually coming to light. Not loudly, not all at once, but enough to create deep ripples in their present lives. And when the truth can no longer be avoided, when everything that was once hidden begins to be revealed, nothing will remain as simple as before. Relationships, emotions, trust, all will face a new test, where each person must choose how to confront it in their own way. Will the love between Tusan and Hoai be strong enough to overcome it all? Will everything they have built together be solid enough to withstand the impact of the past? Or will those distant memories once again become a challenge, forcing them to face things they were never prepared for? No one can know the answer yet, because the journey ahead is still long, and every step carries something yet to be revealed. Everything still lies ahead. If you are following this story and want to continue this journey with us, don't forget to like the video to show your support, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Every share from you means a lot. And remember to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next episodes, where every secret will gradually unfold, and the story will continue with even deeper emotions.
Xin chào mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Nay thì mình đang làm video về câu chuyện của Tiểu San và Hải. Như mọi người thì trong câu chuyện hôm nay thì như mọi người cũng đã biết từ các tập trước đó thì Tiểu San mắc phải một căn bệnh liên quan tới buồng trứng và nó làm ảnh hưởng đến khả năng sinh con của cô. Căn bệnh này thì trước đó Tiểu San dù đã sinh bé IV nhưng mà căn bệnh này nó giống như là nạo hóa sớm nên là khiến tới bây giờ Tiểu San khó có khả năng sinh con được nữa. Đây cũng là một cái nghi ngại của cô vì cô sợ sẽ làm ảnh hưởng đến Hải sau này, và cô cũng đã đắn đo rất là nhiều. Thì hôm nay cô mới nói với Hải, Hải thì là một người đàn ông rất là tốt, không những hiểu cho Tiểu San, an ủi cô và còn chấp nhận sẽ sau này sẽ cùng làm IVF để cả hai nếu có thể muốn có con chung. Và câu chuyện hôm nay cũng mở ra một diễn biến mới về hành trình tìm lại con của bố Hải. Vậy nếu hành trình sẽ ra sao, mời mọi người đón xem những tập tiếp theo ở trên kênh của mình nhé. Tạm biệt.